Isn't it amazing how after 13 years of schooling, there are still so many things we have yet to have learned? High school is thought of as a way to prepare the youth for independence, but it doesn't do much to make that point. Today I'm going to persuade you on why skill-based classes should be reintroduced into the high school curriculum. In discussing why we should bring back practical classes, I'm going to talk about what skills these classes offer, how they prepare us for independence, and what life is like without these skills. Skill-based classes used to be a standard part of a student's education, but as society has changed, the emphasis on practical education has declined. Home ec, auto shop, and personal finance are some examples of classes that were cut from a student's education due to budget restrictions or other reasons. But the skills that these classes taught were priceless. According to an article on edsource.com by Carolyn Jones, she argues, vocational education classes such as auto shop can provide training and career options for students less likely to go to college. These students are not learning how to take apart engines, install rotate tires, fix brakes and transmissions, and diagnose engine malfunctions. They're not even learning the most basic skills of how to change a tire and how to do oil changes. Without these skills, how are they supposed to thrive in a world dominated by cars? Personal finance classes were meant to teach students how to manage their own finances. When it comes to college, according to the article, The Case for High School Financial Literacy by Champlin.edu, young people often do not understand debit, credit cards, mortgages, banking, investments, insurance, payday lending, rent-owned products, credit reports, or credit scores. This class creates a more financially aware populace that are confident when it comes to money. And as most of the world runs on money, it's important for people to understand how it works, is how can you participate in the system if you don't understand it. According to education.seattlepie.com, home ec is supposed to teach 7 basic skills. These skills are as follows: cooking, child development, education and community awareness, home management and design, sewing, budgeting, and health and hygiene. These skills are important because it gives us self-sufficiency and confidence in adulthood, and it also allows us to manage our life properly. Not only do these classes teach us practical skills, but it gives us the ability to be independent. For vocational classes, people have to rely on other people to solve their problems for them. They learn ways to prevent many common issues that can end up being very expensive and not taken care of. With the inclusion of such a class, they can diagnose problems with their own cars, saving money and allowing them to fix their own problems so that they can rely only on themselves. Financial education classes can lead to financial independence. It allows you to know your options. According to a study done by the Institute for College Access and Success called Student Debt and the Class of 2016, an average of 60% of students end up leaving college with substantial debt, with over 11% of them leaving college with defaulted loans. With money management skills, more students can end up being debt-free, allowing them to be financially independent as they are not chained down by debt. Home ec prepares students for independence by providing them the means to learn how to display and manage their day-to-day lives. With these management skills, they have a level of competence that makes them less reliant on others and more reliant on themselves, leaving them to be self-sufficient. Without these skills, life becomes a lot harder. And without the independence that these classes provide, many people are stuck on relying on others in order to solve their own problems, usually for a cost. Without these skills, graduates are left without the knowledge of how to do simple car maintenance, such as change brakes or do an oil change. They are forced to rely on others for services for much more money than they would spend doing it themselves. Though YouTube can be a comparable alternative, it doesn't provide the hands-on experience that would be provided in a classroom setting. According to the article money.usnews.com called Why Most High Schoolers Don't Know How to Manage Their Money, written by Daniel Bortz, he explains that only 13 states require a student to take a personal finance class in order to receive their diploma. In 37 states, students are left without the knowledge of how to properly manage their money. Without the knowledge such as how to create a budget, a growing number of people end up in a repeat cycle of debt, never allowing them to achieve financial stability. This leads to a populace of financially unstable people, which can ultimately ruin your life. Without home ec, The most basic things seem to elude the graduating classes. Knowledge is lust, such as how to mend a shirt, forcing people to buy new clothes every time a seam rips. People aren't taught how to mail a letter, how to cook a meal, how to clean properly, how to do laundry, or how to take care of a home, and the list goes on and on. They struggle with basic tasks such as these as they are never taught them. The knowledge does not come naturally, and without it, you can end up with a mountain of problems with not a clue in the world how to fix them. It can take years to learn these essential topics, with some people going as far as taking these home ec classes online on their own time much farther into their adult life than if they'd taken them in high school. All of this used to be included in the student's education, and they were better off for it. But as these classes were taken away, so were the skills that these classes taught. Though many of these classes are not offered today, the demand for them is ever rising, with a poll by Sally May showing that 84% of students want more financial education. As someone who is part of a generation who would have benefited from these classes, without them, I feel like we're on a path set for failure. The students want these classes so that they can succeed, and they will be better off if they are brought back onto the path and these classes are brought back into the curriculum. Thank you.